So let's get this straight. Charlie Kirk was shot and killed in broad daylight in front of thousands of people just days before September 11th, which oddly reminds us what happened with JFK. Okay, so now let's backtrack. On 9/11, there was this Jewish man that was on camera during the events, and he was just oddly claiming that he immediately knew that Al Qaeda was behind 9/11. This actually causes the police to be misled. So fast forward, you have Bibi Netanyahu, who is posting for Charlie Kirk at the same time that Trump does. Mind you, he's one of the first few to even announce Charlie Kirk's death. And simultaneously, Netanyahu is on camera oddly saying that he finds it necessary to say that Israel is not behind Charlie Kirk's death. Okay, why do you even need to say that? Why do you even need to push this narrative? Okay. And then you have Ben Shapiro, who instantly comes out of nowhere and wants to take over Turning Point USA. And mind you, this is being financed heavily by Zionist donors. Also in the background, you have the weirdo Rabbi Shmuley taking videos and begging for money for donations from people for protection. Okay, for what? Odd. So like I said, Turning Point USA has been heavily financed by Zionists. And Charlie's been getting a lot of heat recently from his donors over his position of no war with Iran. And for some reason, the Zios don't like that. So, mind you, before Charlie's death, first of all, he accused Israel of ethnic cleansing in Gaza. That's huge. Second, not even 48 hours prior to his death, that he was just talking to Ben Shapiro and Charlie was questioning Israel in the show. And you can see Ben Shapiro getting uncomfortable with the questions that he's asking, like, hey, you're not supposed to ask this. 48 hours before? Odd. Okay. Well, next, we have to keep in mind that Charlie has always had massive influence on the youth, especially especially college students on college campuses. So, what does that mean? That means millions of young viewers are watching the stuff that he says and the stuff that he questions and criticizes. That's another fact to point out. So Israel knows that if GOP pulls more support, they lose the US control. Remember, the young generation is massive. And what happens while we're distracted with all of these points and everything happening? Mark Rubio comes out of nowhere and introduces a bill that's goal is to strip passports away from anyone, from any American who speaks out against Israel, who critiques Israel, who talks down on Israel. It's a weird thing to do. It sounds a bit unconstitutional to me. What do you think? So you let me know in the comments below. Is this a coincidence? I feel like this is way too many coincidences happening, right? And what is the mainstream take on all of this? A tranny terrorist cell. Tranny terrorist cell. Right. Okay. They call it a coincidence. I call it a pattern. Connect the dots. That's all you got to do. We can really take over so much if we ask the right questions and really question everything. If you've learned anything, if you learned anything from the Epstein case, if you learned anything from what's been happening in Palestine since 1948, you follow the money and it will always lead you to the same people. It will always lead you to the same group of people they keep telling you not to worry about and to not question and to not critique. It's not a left versus right issue. It's not Palestine versus non-Palestinian issue. That's not why should we care about Palestine and not here issue. They want us to be torn apart. They want to separate us. That's their goal. So, I don't know. My point here is to just let you guys know you need to wake up. We shouldn't be going back and forth on this for what? That's my take on this, and that's all I have for today. We can really take over so much if we ask the right questions and really question everything. This is not a left versus right issue.